9. Anaya Peterson. When Australian model Amber Luke went viral in 2019 for having her eyeballs tattooed blue, most people thought it was crazy. But Anaya Peterson liked it so much, she went and got it done despite her 7-year-old daughter's concerns that the ink might cause her to go blind. The law student and mother of 5 from Belfast, Ireland, got her left eye tattooed blue in 2020. She experienced headaches and dry eyes, but chalked it up to the normal healing process and got her right eye dyed purple 5 months later. Things went fine until several months later, when Anaya woke up with extremely swollen eyelids, like she had been punched in the face. The doctor prescribed some antibiotics, but they failed to alleviate the inflammation. Anaya went to the hospital, where doctors ran tests and a biopsy and performed surgery, which she later said left her feeling traumatized. She soon learned that the tattoos have put her at a very high likelihood of contracting glaucoma, and her vision is already starting to rapidly deteriorate. Although she's receiving support from her university, including assistive technology to make reading easier, it's a scary reality to face, knowing that someday she won't be able to see much, if anything. Needless to say, Anaya regrets getting her eyeballs tattooed and wishes she had listened to her daughter. 8. Berto Fox. At the height of his bodybuilding career, Berto Fox was one of the world's biggest and strongest bodybuilders. The 2-time Mr. Universe was 270 pounds, 122.5 kilograms of almost pure muscle, thanks to the assistance of a rigorous anabolic steroid regimen that he relied on to keep up his workouts and his appearance. As you may already know, steroids have some unpleasant side effects. Fox was notorious for his temper, which sometimes caused him to walk off the stage at bodybuilding competitions when he didn't place as well as he thought he deserved. And while it's unclear whether steroids triggered Fox's rage-filled impulse to kill his fiancée and her mother in 1997, his use of them certainly didn't help his state of mind. Fox fatally shot 20-year-old beauty queen LaCoya Brown and her mother, 36-year-old Violet Brown, in the Caribbean country of St. Kitts and Nevis. He originally received the death sentence, which was later commuted to life without parole. In 2022, the Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis pardoned Fox, and he was released after serving 25 years. Many of his former co-competitors celebrated his newfound freedom, with some sharing their opinion that the fatal shooting was an accident, or that Fox shot his ex and her mother in self-defense. The role steroids played in the crime, if any, will likely remain a mystery and a topic of speculation. 7. Brandon Collado. There's a very fine line between being a superfan and being dangerously obsessed with a celebrity. One man managed to cross it one night in late 2022, when Elon Musk and his security detail crossed paths with an alleged stalker at a gas station outside Los Angeles in South Pasadena. Footage that appears on Twitter shows one of Musk's security guards confronting another driver in the parking lot and accusing the man of following him. A caption posted with the footage accused the other motorist of following the security guard, thinking that it was actually Musk behind the wheel. He claimed that the man blocked the car, which had Musk's young child inside, and climbed on top of the hood. According to Musk's version of things, his security guard rammed the man's vehicle before driving off. Police responded to the scene, but no arrests were made, although Musk said that he planned to pursue legal action through his own means. He failed to elaborate on the nature of the suspect's connection to him or provide any further context on the background of the situation. Musk blamed a Twitter account for tracking his whereabouts and threatened to suspend users who post a person's real-time location. The accused stalker identified himself as an Uber Eats driver named Brandon Collado and he adamantly denies stalking Musk or his team. He said that their run-in was purely coincidental, and the police seemed to believe him. In a report of the incident, Musk's security guard is labeled as the suspect, and Collado is listed as the victim. Collado's account of being unfairly targeted seems believable on its face, but he's also put forth some bizarre theories about Elon Musk stalking him. He claimed that the billionaire had been tracking his real-time locations, not the other way around, and that Musk was somehow manipulating the Uber Eats app to stop him from getting work. The truth about what happened and who's at fault remains to be seen, but the situation clearly resulted from at least one of the two parties taking things too far. Whether it was the security guard reacting inappropriately to a misunderstanding, or Collado living up to the allegations that he's a crazed stalker. 6. Andrea Ivanova. 25-year-old Andrea Ivanova claims to have the world's biggest lips, thanks to the nearly 32 procedures she's gotten done on them at a cost of around $9,000. She began her body modification journey in 2018 and has achieved a look that, to most, looks cartoonish and unattractive. But Ivanova loves how she looks, and to each their own, right? Doctors reportedly told the Bulgarian influencer that she's going to put her life in danger if she doesn't stop with the obsessive lip injections. Her oversized pucker already complicates certain everyday activities, including eating. In November 2022, Ivanova revealed on social media that she now plans to aim for a new record: the world's most elongated and pointed chin. Ivanova had recently celebrated her birthday with jaw filler and said that she planned to continue with both her lip and her chin treatments, despite her doctor's warnings to stop. Keeping up her appearance comes at a high cost. She spends $285 on lip injections every 2 weeks. She's also gotten a breast augmentation. And while a lot of people find her appearance off-putting, Ivanova has a surprising amount of followers who seem genuinely attracted to her unusual look. 5. Cameron Douglas. Spoiled rich kids have a reputation for thinking they are above the law, especially if their parents are celebrities. And they're also known for pushing their limits so far that they wind up in a world of legal trouble. While it's unfair to automatically apply this stereotype to everyone who comes from a wealthy family, some people truly live up to the stigma. Case in point, Cameron Douglas, the oldest son of Academy Award-winning American actor Michael Douglas. Cameron's drug-related run-ins with the law began in 1999, with an arrest for cocaine possession in New York City. He pleaded guilty to a reduced charge, which is customary in that type of case, and avoided any major brushes with police until 2007, when police found a cocaine-filled syringe in his car. Just 2 years later, in 2009, Cameron was busted in a Drug Enforcement Administration sting, resulting from a 3-year drug trafficking investigation. Agents recovered a half-pound, 0.23 kilograms of methamphetamine from a Manhattan hotel room that they believe he was distributing drugs out of. Cameron ultimately admitted that he had been dealing drugs since 2006. He was originally sentenced to 5 years in prison, but the court tacked on another 4.5 years after his girlfriend was caught smuggling heroin into the prison for him. After 7 years behind bars, he was transferred to a halfway house before the 2019 release of his memoir, Long Way Home. Cameron told the New York Times that he wasn't trying to garner sympathy with his story or his decision to squander his privilege, but that perhaps his self-destructive past could help guide someone else in the right direction. He said that there was nothing anyone could have done to stop him from chasing his addictions and committing crimes, but that he hopes the cautionary tale discourages someone else from making the same mistakes. 4. A permanent punishment. In 2017, a young Brazilian man named Juan Rocha da Silva allegedly stole a bike in Sao Paulo. As a punishment, his accusers, Ronilda Moreira and Macon Wesley, tattooed "I am a thief and a loser" on the young man's forehead in Portuguese. Video of the men laughing and forcing De Silva to reveal his tattoo soon went viral on social media. But there are consequences to taking the law into one's own hands, as Wesley and Moreira learned when they were both sentenced to 3 years in prison for the forced tattooing. In the meantime, the community sympathized with De Silva and even started a crowdfunding campaign to raise money to get the tattoo removed. De Silva unfortunately didn't pull himself away from his life of crime. He was arrested for theft several times over the following years and has spent time in both prison and rehab. In 2022, the troubled young man was caught red-handed during a home invasion and was sent back to jail. Photos from the arrest show that the tattoo on his forehead is still visible, but has faded, indicating that he's undergone at least some removal treatments. 3. Becky Holt and Keith Gordon. Better known as Britain's most tattooed woman, 35-year-old Becky Holt has a supportive family who doesn't judge her for covering most of her body in ink. But others are less approving, with many accusing her of taking her body modification too far and suggesting that her love for tattoos has become an unhealthy obsession. Holt believes that some people are intimidated by her ink, which even covers part of her face and includes a David Bowie lyric scrawled across her forehead. She told the Daily Star that she wished people would look past her appearance because there's more to her than just tattoos. The social media influencer and OnlyFans model has also gone under the knife multiple times, starting at the age of 20. Another heavily tattooed Brit, Keith Gordon, claims that he's gotten used to people calling him a monster because of his appearance. Known as Britain's most tattooed dad, his entire face and nearly his entire body are covered in ink. Gordon has spent upwards of 5 figures on his artwork, which includes the word Satan across one of his eyelids. The 66-year-old experienced some of the most negative responses to his appearance at the Catholic school his children attended. He said that he receives 3 main reactions, including praise, being ignored, and harsh disapproval. Even Gordon's wife of 20 years, Lisa, isn't totally comfortable with his look. She sometimes refuses to walk alongside him in public, especially when he doesn't wear a shirt, revealing an array of tattoos that includes a Confederate flag and a horned demonic face. Gordon got his first tattoos at 17, but had them removed. He stayed away from tattoo parlors until the age of 52, when he began his current transformation. Ever since, he's become hooked on getting more work done. He told the Daily Star that he accepts the negative commentary as an inevitable result of being different, and said that he's comfortable in his own skin and happy with his appearance. 2. Reuben Arrizo. It's no secret that the bodybuilding world is rife with steroids, and that sometimes these dangerous drugs have extreme physical and psychological effects on their users. Coupled with other drugs, and things can quickly spin out of control. Such was the case for 22-year-old Reuben Arrizo, who was using what one can only imagine was a generous helping of both steroids and other mind-altering substances in 2011. Chaos unfolded when a couple arrived at their Colton, California home one night to find Arrizo naked on their front porch. The husband, Leo Rubio, confronted the 300-pound, 136-kilogram bodybuilder, who responded violently and punched the man, breaking his jaw and causing major head trauma. Rubio's wife managed to call 911 before Arrizo picked her up and threw her to the ground, causing multiple lacerations and facial injuries. Neighbors surrounded the scene as the beefed-up batterer tried to flee. When the police arrived, Arrizo turned his rage toward them and tried to fight them. Officers tasered him twice, which had no effect, and it ultimately took 4 cops to subdue him. Arrizo was charged with attempted homicide and aggravated mayhem. His mother, Marila Arrizo, told ABC7 that her son wasn't under the influence of drugs during the incident. She also claimed that Reuben wasn't a bodybuilder, but that he just enjoyed working out and that he struggled with developmental disabilities that affected his behavior and that he was on disability for. The outcome of the case is unclear. 1. An overly devoted fan. While shopping at a Primark retail store in Britain one day, Teen Mom UK star Mia Boardman was approached by a fan. Mia told the woman that it was nice to meet her, and the fan walked away. A few minutes later, the fan popped out from behind a rail, where she had apparently been hiding and watching Boardman. She asked the reality star for a photo. Mia obliged, and the fan went on her way. Later on, Mia saw that the woman had posted about the encounter in a fan group. She offered to track the teen mom down and get autographs for anyone who might be interested. This was just one of several bizarre encounters Mia's had since she rose to fame on the popular reality series. She's gotten used to people approaching her and asking for photos, but some admirers have extreme reactions to seeing her. One fan was so overwhelmed with emotion, she cried when she ran into Mia in public. The young mother's experience highlights the unique realm that reality stars live in, where they lack the security detail of a big-name celebrity, but are recognized pretty much everywhere they go. Thanks for watching. If you became obsessively caught up in your quest for revenge against a cheating ex and took things too far, which consequence would be worse? Getting arrested for harassment or losing the sympathy and support of your family and friends? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.